Awesome, awesome. Well, my first dilemma, my printer stopped working today, and it seems like every time I give a talk, the printer goes awry. And as my mom would say, that's nothing but the devil, baby. Don't you let him get you down. So, actually, my mom doesn't sound like that, but I thought it was funny anyway. So I have to read from my phone. So I am just have patience with me. I'm gonna. I don't mean to look away from the screen, but this is what I have to work with. And I like to thank everyone for being here and giving me this opportunity to have this talk. And I really enjoy this because this is something personal about me and the things I do to try to become a better me. Or as Mrs. Trump would say, be best. Now, with no further ado, which I think that might be French or something like that, right? Let me start off with my, okay, actually, I have more than three. They are brief, so I can squeeze in maybe one or two more. Now, let me start by saying, when I have thoughts or a belief, it is best practice for me to try to prove myself wrong instead of finding information that supports my stance. This way, I believe it gives me a better argument for my case because I am looking at my theory from an opposing view. It is natural for us to support our theories and thoughts and not be aware we are being biased. That's why I like to challenge myself because at default, we want to be right. Number two, I encourage everyone, including my friends, to be honest with me. Do not try to spare my feelings or be afraid to crush my dreams and aspirations. I plead and beg for honesty, and I assure them this is what I want, and it will not jeopardize our friendship. However, dishonesty will. Likewise, I often say, do not ask me anything if you do not want me to be honest. By now, you should know better. And I believe that these are great relationships when you can be brutally honest and vulnerable in a safe space when addressing sensitive subjects. And to be honest with someone on a conversation that can be tough and question yourself why, and sometimes question yourself, why am I even friends with this person? So having the tough conversation and being honest with each other is very important. Having these friends, it will make you stronger. It will make you a better version of yourself. I value the handful of people that I can go to and have that sensitive conversation with. And when it's all said and done, we are still friends. This is a product of making love. I had a friend that bashed my head once when I told her I attend an atheist church. I said, well, what do you mean? She said, why are you hanging out with those infidels? I said, well, I don't think they're infidels and they sure don't drink baby's blood. And we have a lot in common. And this is one of my newer friends I have. And we really go at it on certain subjects very hard. And in the end, we are able to put our differences aside. To have friends like this helps you remember that people you love, people you're intimate with, and people that you don't even know is very important to learn how to be able to convey thoughts and ideals and not judge people because they think and feel differently about a particular subject. Now, I call this the soup factor. Let me explain. Do not give anyone power to devalue you in any form or fashion if that person never shared soup with you. Here is an example. On social media, the newspaper, he said, she said, it doesn't matter, any form, any platform whatsoever at all. Someone says something that you don't like, that isn't true, that devalue you, misrepresent who you are and what you think and believe. It doesn't matter what they say, you don't like it and you don't think it was warranted. Do not give that person the power to make you feel as if you need to challenge what they said. My response is to the people in my circle or to anyone I'm in an intimate conversation with, do you believe that person said that and we never even had soup together? Think of soup for a minute. Making someone soup is greater than Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a tradition. It is expected to you to be thankful and share your bounty. But when someone makes you a soup, you are the occasion. You are the cause. All the time and energy and love that goes into making a soup is usually warm, hearty, very satisfying. Making someone a soup is like making love. I could go on and on about how you slice up the potatoes and the carrots and the onions, but I believe you understand. If you turn the soup factor into a mantra or an affirmation, you'll be surprised how powerful it becomes. Someone can be driving along and give you the finger or something or some negative gesture, and your response would be, "What's up with that guy? What's his problem? We haven't even had soup together." Having soup together in a safe environment, accepting each other for who they are with no expectations of them being who you want them to be, is an awesome relationship. We give so much power to people that do not know us on an intimate level, and those that don't know our journey and many times don't even care. So no soup, you don't even get access to that level of control. Okay, now I try to seek things that causes me discomfort. And a state of discomfort is where growth takes place. I will give you two examples of discomfort for me. I attend an Unitarian Universalist church and an atheist church. The discomfort is not in my attendance, but my participation is where my discomfort takes place. In the last year, I also attended 2 men's groups, a number of meetups, and I also started 2 meetups. Like I mentioned, attending is something I do, but the participation part was me stepping out of my comfort zone. And the fact that I started 2 groups and my engagement with people in an organizational role is truly stepping out of my comfort zone. However, I know this is what I need to do to make a difference in my life and therefore making a difference in the lives of others. I also attended a sound healing group and a meditation group quite outside of my comfort zone. I joined these groups in my pursuit to learn what it meant to be spiritual. I've heard this term many a times before, but no one was able to explain to me what it meant to be spiritual. So that was my reason for getting involved in these strange places that made me feel uncomfortable. True and honest self-examination can cause discomfort as well. Just recently, in examining myself, I found 3 biases that I was not aware of and the reason behind them. So, the phone went. So, something behind. So, discomfort is a friend, a great tool in becoming a better version of yourself. So, next I have when someone expresses or spew negativities, whenever a person point out all the things that they don't like, all the things that are wrong with a subject or a situation, I do not react by telling them that they are wrong or challenging their comment and position. I look at their journey to that point. We are all products. We are all products of life. As soon as you touch something, this thing just goes crazy. We are all products of our life. We are all human and we have human experiences. You are very familiar with being the human that you are. Consider this. There is no victory in calling names, demonizing others, devaluing others, shaming, blaming, causing anger, and creating division. There's no victory in a heated exchange of I am right and you are wrong. Instead, I respond with an opportunity to find a solution and to get clarity of the subject at hand. People that are callous are that way for a reason. I have strong reason to believe that they do not know what true love is and or a number of negative or bad experiences, and they just can't catch a break. And this is the only form of expression or release of pain or anxiety they have. So when people are cold and callous and they could care less about the people they step on, there's a reason and there is a journey to that point. If I said something that was cold and callous, mean and disrespectful, I'm quite sure many of you would know how to turn your back on me, bash my head, and throw me out of here. That comes mostly naturally by many, many people, a negative reaction. But who will call me up? If I said these things, who will call me up and say, I made a soup, come over, let's talk about it? Remember, cold, callous people are usually that way because of being damaged, hurt, or devoid of a loving surrounding. Learn the art of making love and being compassionate with those that are in pain. Now, this is something I do to be best and be a better version of myself. I wrestle with my demons and get to know them on an intimate level. To give them power to limit me to a gratifying and happy life is wrong. It doesn't allow me to be good to myself and to others. Many of us have demons, such as I, and we spent a lifetime with them, and a lot of times we are embarrassed by them, and we don't want to face them. But wrestle with your demons. It's not always pretty, and this is an ongoing process. Now, this one should be fun. Create your own theology. Your theology should be considered consistent with a reality. Consistent with a reality. This should be fun. Create your own theology. Your theology should be consistent with a reality, be well-rounded, and strong enough to stand up to scrutiny. In doing this, you will learn a lot about yourself in many ways. Be sure to be true and honest, and do not blow smoke up your kazoo when trying to build and prove your theology. That is a fun endeavor, and you can do it over and over. It will continue to shape you and challenge many of your thoughts and biases and beliefs that you always had in your life. And it's also fun to share them with those people that you can be honest with, and they will give you an honest response, and for you not to take it personal. You'll be surprised how much you learn about yourself if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and understand that many people in your inner circle are not trying to hurt you. So if they say something that is very painful or sensitive to your journey or your life experience, try to regroup. And creating your own theology is an awesome tool. Now, in conclusion, challenge yourself to grow by stepping out of your comfort zone. Learn the skill, the power of making love. Use it to change the world that we live in. Becoming a better version of me is a never-ending endeavor. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for your time.